Welcome to BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we are here, coffee, tea, thoughts, and conversations with the Biz Chicks. We would love for you to sit back, relax, join the conversation, and let us know. Do you have any questions? Is there anything we can help you with? Let us know. You can DM us over there on bizchicks.net. Now, let's get this party started. I'm here with my friend and colleague, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we are the Biz Chicks. Hey, today we're going to be talking about communities because you know everybody needs a cheerleader, a coach. And a community. So with that, let's get started. How you doing this morning, Fran?
Hey, I'm doing really well.
Good.
And I was thinking about communities because there are a lot of them out there.
True.
And having a community, there's plus for having a community where there are like-minded people, a place where you can gather, talk about things. And most communities are a safe place for you to get help in whatever arena that you need. Like if you are looking to become fit, you probably need to join a fitness community, aka a gym, or a personal trainer that you like. Hook up with a coach who has a community who gives you wisdom and insights and tips to help you along whatever journey that you are on. So there's communities like there are coffee communities where people gather around, talk about coffee and the difference, the Blue Mountain coffee and the something from Hawaii coffee and all the different types of coffee that there is. There's a community around knitting. There's community quilting. I was just going to say that. Yes, quilting communities. There are so many communities that you can become a part of. And a community is where you feel kind of like at home, a place where you can relax, talk, get to know other people, and get some positive feedback. If you need help with something, give positive feedback to the other people in the community. And it doesn't mean you got to talk to everybody in the community, but you are in the community. For instance, I'm in a writer's community. Actually, it's a storytelling community where it helps you tell stories, even if it's nonfiction, and how to tell a better story. So I'm in that community. I'm in the BizChicks community where we are learning tools and techniques and strategies to take the hassle out of our hustle. So we have people in this community that can help you with your social media marketing. There's people who can help you with your health. And over the weekend, we went to an event where these women were all over a certain age, but it was a community of women who were getting together to get their health right and be encouraged on their journey. So there's also another community that you can learn more about. It's called Wealthy Friends. Well, we need to be around people who talk wealth and, are learning about wealth in a safe place and not just picking it up from every Tom, Dick, and Harriet on the internet. So there are lots of communities, but the one thing I would say about a community is that you got to find out who you are. Who are you? What is it that you like to do? Or what is it that you would like to be doing? And find a community that fits for you. You don't need to be in every Facebook group that is out there.
Okay.
Facebook groups are a community. They're communities. You don't need to be on every one of them. You need to be in the ones that serve you and where you can serve. See, there's two things. Where you can serve.
All right.
Then where they serve you. And it's not just take. You need to be willing to contribute into the community as well.
I think one of the things that we need to remember is that when we join these communities, we're having conversations, and nobody likes a one-way conversation. You know what I mean, Fran? I
Right.
mean, when you're talking to someone, you ever say, well, do you have something you'd like to say? Or, you know what I mean? Or is this going to be a monologue?
Right.
To make sure that you are interacting with whatever community you decide to interact with.
Right.
And if you find yourself not wanting to, be interactive, then maybe you need a different community. We have a comment over here from Mark.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Mark.
Mark says, "Who are you?" And
And as asked on his business cards, who do you want to be?
mhm,
Because the communities can help you become who you want to be.
yes,
What do you need to do, and give you pointers. Again, cheerleaders, coaches, all are here to help you get to wherever it is that you desire to be. So even a coach needs a coach.
mhm,
I'm going to say that again. A coach needs a coach, and a coach needs a community. A coach needs to be in a coaching community where they're learning and how to better serve their clients and better serve themselves, how to do better. And so you need to be in a you know what these used to be called? Associations.
okay,
Like the California Association of Realtors. That's a community
mhm,
where we can go in and we can get information on what's new in real estate, what's new coming up in the mortgage industry, what is going on. You can go to what are they called? Workshops and trainings throughout the year. They have expos every year and that type of stuff. So, but it is still an association. It is a community. The Chamber of Commerce.
yes,
That's a community.
that's what came to my mind. Yes, because we're talking mainly. This is a business channel, so yeah, that's what came to my mind.
Yes, the Chamber of Commerce.
Morning, Carlos.
And then there are sub-communities within that communities. There's the Black Chamber of Commerce. There's the Asian Chamber of Commerce. There is
Chamber of Commerce.
Christian Chamber of Commerce. There's a Rainbow Chamber of Commerce. And so there I'm trying to remember what the Spanish one is called.
The Hispanic Chamber of
Commerce. Thank you, because I was going Latino, but
you were thinking about AAPI,
right?
Asian
Pacific Chamber of Commerce. So there's Chamber of Commerce that you as a business owner should be in your local community, so that when there are events, you get to meet up with new people. Okay. So community is the old school associations. There used to be the Christian Business Fellowship, right?
Yes.
These were all called, back in the day, they weren't called communities. They were associations. Toastmasters is a community. If you want to learn how to speak well, if you want to learn how to speak better, do better presentations, and then perhaps Toastmasters is something that you would be interested in. So what kind of communities, what Carlos and Mark and whoever else is here, what sticks out to you with community? Community has taken on a whole different vibe since 2019.
What are you looking for in a community?
Or what do you look for in a community that is purposeful for you? Because when Facebook put out groups, everybody was joining, getting a group, and people were adding you to a group, and that you didn't necessarily ask to be put in that group.
Wasn't that special?
Yes, and all of a sudden I'm in this group, and I'm like, why am I here? Who stuck me in this room? And then participating in the community is very, very important. Like we talked about earlier, giving feedback, getting feedback, having something to contribute. And then the community is not necessarily a place to hawk your goods.
There you go.
It is for support and they do give you a chance to talk about what you do and how you help and how you serve. But the main purpose of community is to come together to help. Let's look up the definition. So I'm gonna do that right now. Mark, community.
So while she's doing that, I just want to say that when you're thinking of selecting the community, make sure that they are addressing what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
If you are a skier, maybe you don't want to know about scuba diving. Or if you are, you know what I'm saying? Make sure it's relevant to what you are working on, relaxing, whatever the purpose is of that group. Make sure it addresses your need.
Okay, so I have the Merriam-Webster definition: a unified body of individuals, such as a group of people with a common characteristic or interest living together within a larger society.
Wow. Now, see, that could be a country. That could be that could be
a state. Another one from dictionary.com: community, a social group of any size whose members reside in a specific locality, share government, and often have a common cultural and historical heritage.
See, that sounds more like they're defining neighborhoods than the
online
regions, then states, then countries.
Right.
You know, now it sounds more like they're trying to define nationalism, nationalities, not nationalism, nationalities, because we have a common language, a common culture, But when we talk about community, I think we're talking more about neighborhood. The other thing is that these definitions sound like they are pre-pandemic, because communities grew so much through the internet that we have these relationships that have formed through online contact. Mark says here that he always know your objective and how you will evaluate your success in that regard. You know, is it working toward what you're working on? Set yourself up for success rather than hoping it will happen and blaming the community for not giving it to you. I think this is so true, not just in community, but in all relationships. You have to know what you want from these relationships. I've heard people say so often, oh, they should have known what I wanted, or he should have known, you know, it was Valentine's Day. He should have known what I want. Come on, people.
You just said what you wanted.
Be specific. We are not clairvoyant. Okay.
And you need to make your needs and your wants known. And then again, maybe you don't know what you want or don't want, and you can get that help in a community too. How do I go about doing such and such? I'm thinking about this, and a person is going to listen to you in that community and help you get an answer. Now, if they're not listening to you in the community, or you voice something and you don't get a response, maybe that's not the right community.
There you go. So all of these things are things that you should consider when you are trying to identify what community you want to connect with. But I think when we're looking at the dictionary definition, they should include the fact that, you know, some of these things are not limited to territories. Remember they said territories? Unless those territories include online
Yeah,
opportunities.
and they did not do that. The Merriam dictionary, the Merriam website, the Merriam
The
Webster,
Webster Merriam.
yeah, that one said it was updated 6 days ago, and I'm like, okay, y'all still didn't get that, right?
You know what I mean? I
It's
don't
like,
know.
no,
I don't know who they have working on it, but
right,
because those communities have become so important as
right.
a result of what the world's been through in the last, decade, that they really deserve a place in the definition, in my opinion. Okay,
Yeah,
this is
okay,
one woman's opinion.
right. Okay, so there's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So I'm gonna go down these and see what they say.
Okay, see if there's
So,
something a little more expansive.
right. So A was the people with common interests living in a particular area, broadly, the area itself, the problems of a large community. Okay. B, a group of people with a common characteristic or interest living together within a larger society, a community of retired person, a monast, okay, whatever community. C, a body of persons of common and especially professional interests scattered through a larger society, the academic community, the scientific community, as examples. D, a body of persons or nations having a common history or common social, economic, and political interests, the international community, for instance. A group linked by a common policy. F, an interacting population of various kinds of individuals, such as species in a common location, like the birds, the sparrows, or something, I guess. G, state or commonwealth. Definition 2, a social state or condition. The school encourages a sense of community in its students. B, joint ownership or participation, community of goods. C, common character, likeness, community of interest. D,
that might say that again. Likeness or
common character, likeness, community of interest, for example.
D, I think that one so far sounds pretty good.
Okay.
Community of likeness.
Right. Community of interests.
Interests, yes. Because go ahead.
D, social activity, fellowship. 3, society at large, the interest of the community. And those are the 3 definitions with their little sub things.
Subsets, yeah.
Little subsets. So I think the C and D of number 2 might be it. Common character or likeness, community of interests. And then D, activity or fellowship, where people, you're gathering around and, there are people who like to cook. So they come over to the house. I'm thinking of a particular commercial I saw on TV where they all learned how to make pasta.
Yes.
And they got a gathering of friends together. Let's make pasta. And they were in that friend group. And I think that's what Facebook was attempting to do with friends. When you're following your friends, these are people that you hang out with on hey, let's go ahead. We're going over to do such and such. That's community. That's your community, your peoples, your tribe, where you hang. And then some of them are you wouldn't, some of them friends and stuff, you'd be like, no. But
they say sometimes there are people in your life who only in your life for a season.
Right. And maybe you don't click with everybody in the community, but you're still hanging out. And we've seen TV movies about people who are in this community and they're checking on one another. I'm thinking about another show, A Million Little Things, where it's a community of people. I don't know if they grew up together because I'm not watched the program, but it looks like they all grew up or had common interests from jobs or whatever, and they got, their spouses hang out together and do different things. So that's community as well. So you can have like your friends. Okay, let's use Friends from the TV show. Wasn't that a community?
Where everybody knows your name?
That's Cheers, but that was a community too. Mark has a comment. He says, I never join a club that would allow a person like me to become a member. Jokes in the morning, Facebook user. Janice, is that you? Who is the Facebook user? So talking about community, it's a gathering of people. Let's just say it's a gathering of people around a particular interest.
Yes.
Could be family interests, could be work interests, could be it could be sports, it could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
Right, because so we have Laker fans who may not be too happy right now, but there are a community of people that gather together. I can remember the Raider fans, and if you went to a Raiders game, these people are dressed up. They have their cars decked out
decorated
in Raider colors, or they get license plate that says Raider.
Little fans waving on the sides.
Because that's their community, and they see that community and they're like, yeah, and they might have, it's a club like Little Rascals was a community. It's
a common cause, something that's holding them together, something that's connecting them. And what did Little Rascals do? Hey gang, let's put on a show. And everybody had their little piece, and it was different, but yet it was all around a common goal of putting on a show, right?
Right. So the community is centered around a common goal or a common interest.
Should be.
And that was the other thing. Mark, this is good. Thank you, because you triggered my memory on something. I'm creating a community focused in on building upon the love of Terralina's hoops. So here's and what that comment brought back to me just now is, if you can't find a community, it's not quite right, start one.
There you go.
Create your own community and then invite people who you think, hey, let's get together, and hey, let's have a breakfast club. People need breakfast better. I'm just saying. On a Sunday morning, I would like to have eggs with spinach and some, stuff like that. Breakfast food on Sunday morning. And I was like, I am not going to keep driving this city trying to find what I want, or the lines were long or whatever, because it was a community of people at Tower Cafe. The line was just like.
It is, and it still is, Fran.
I know.
I did the other day. They were wrapped around the corner. And you know what it reminded me of is the Little Hen in Miami, the tea house where we went the other day. And the line was just, you had to have a reservation. And if you missed your reservation, they still charged you because, that was a table they couldn't, because the demand was so high.
Right.
I said, oh my gosh, look at this. People lined up in the street, coming early for their reservation to make sure they're not canceled.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah.
So anyway, maybe I need to start a breakfast. Oh, wait, there was a breakfast club. Wasn't that a movie?
Yes. It was a movie, darling.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's our conversation. Find your community, find your tribe, find the people who get you, and go in that community and serve in that community. Give, not only receive, but give into that community, and help make it better. like the people here in our community, they help make us better. Carlos and Janice and Mark Ward, who always brings us some light treatment, so keeps us going. Dr. Tachi and Karen and TJ, who will be on tomorrow talking about some digital marketing. So make sure you come back in tomorrow. And if you would like to be a part of this community, it is very easy to do so. You can go to bizchicks.net and start there, or you can text biz to 33777 and become a part of this community. We won't spam you because that's not what we do. You'll probably be saying, can y'all send us some more stuff? We are working on getting our newsletter together and putting some things out there. First Monday is coming up in a couple of weeks. We want you to be a part of that. We're going to figure out how we can make our online community a part of the actual in-person experience. So, you know, and if you guys have ideas for how we can do that, please let us know. But we will be having our first Monday event coming up in June. So thank you all. Terry, anything you'd like to add?
I just want to remind everybody that BizChicks has been in existence for 10 years. It's our 10-year anniversary, and we're going to be doing something special.
Yay.
So stay tuned.
Yes. I think August is when we started gathering at Seasons 52, but we've been in business since 2013. Hey, Mark said, I'm sending his holograph to Zach. Hey.
Sounds like a plan.
Yes,
I look forward to seeing you here.
Yes, we can put Mark in the middle of the room so he can.
So with that, I just want to remind everybody that it's okay to make money in your business. And also, please remember to go to the front of your own line. You deserve it. And we want to help you celebrate. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you
tomorrow.
Bye-bye.